What's good, y'all? It's your boy Chris here, back with another episode. Um, Again, your one and only Data Bunny here, and today we're going to talk about these photos that recently showed up on the internet. They're AI generated party pics, right? And what's so crazy about this story is that these images, these people, never existed. This is pretty crazy. So, in this article by New York, I believe it's New York Post. Yes, New York Post. AI generated party pics look eerily real unless you can spot these tails or flaws per se. Um, I'm looking at these images here for those who are looking at the visual podcast here. And there's a lot of I won't say a lot, but there's a fair amount of flaws in these photos. However, they're just so naturally blended in. They're naturally flawed per se. The AI did a really great job of establishing the atmosphere, the photos, the faces. However, like this lady's teeth, it looks like she has a lot of teeth on the top. Um, the devices in their hands. It's like the AI tried to come up with sort of like a cell phone, a smartphone, because in the images they look like they're taking selfies, but the device that they're holding in their hand is it's pretty weird. It's weird looking. It's like a conjunction of different devices the AI tried to put together. Fingers is another flaw in these images as well. But let's go ahead and read the article here. Um, Here, say a developer on Twitter is going viral after sharing what appears to be vintage style snaps from a house party created with artificial intelligence. And if you stare at them too long, right? If you stare at them too long, it won't be a party keeping you up, but the nightmares of the uncanny valley that keep you from sleep. I'm, you know, I don't blame them at all. The images here, they're very creepy. I'm not gonna lie, they are really creepy because it looks so real, but it's not real. But there's just some things that are just off about them, right? So if we go to the next paragraph here, the photos posted by Miles M on Twitter appear to depict fun, candid moments at a party. Though the faces may look real enough, they are, in fact, amalgamations of countless faces conjured by a machine. To create the images, Twitter user Miles used an AI platform called Midjourney, an independent research lab that creates images by using a written text description. Although the images look legit at a glance, some of the partygoers are missing key body parts. So here we're looking at the photo that I mentioned earlier, where there's two women. One on the left is looking at her smartphone as if she's taking a selfie. But then there's another woman on to the right that is sort of looking at us. It looks like she's looking at us. I'm not sure if she's looking at the smartphone. But in this photo here, which shows two women posing for a photo with a white digital camera, the woman taking the snap has what looks like a severely deformed hand. Another pic of two women holding that appears to be a type of Polaroid camera shows even more fingers growing out of the photographer's hand. So AI, I guess in this example of it, they have, it's quite a few issues with comprehending fingers, pretty much. However, the faces are not bad. The shadowing, even the depth in the background, right? So the foreground where the characters are, then you even have the background, and then like the mid background. It's crazy how it was able to accomplish that. Here's another image here. It looks like, again, right, two women taking selfies. It looks like they're looking at us, but they're taking a selfie. The clothes, like, not even that, but even the color gradient, right, of the image, it just flows so well with the rest of the environment. It's as if they, like, the party, I guess, that's in this house sort of had lighting but didn't, but it feels natural. You can see it, there's hard shadows in the background, so I'm guessing they they have flashes going on. Mid-Journey is getting crazy powerful. None of these are real photos, and none of the people in them exist. Miles wrote in the caption of his Twitter post, "Many of the women in the collection of photos also have too many teeth in their mouths, and one had a missing fingertip on her thumb." Yeah, so I just mentioned that this lady right here we're looking at have some extra teeth. But like I'm saying, this is still pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Pretty soon, the only way to tell will be to count the fingers. One user wrote in response to Miles on Twitter, 5 and it's real, 6 is questionable, 7 and it's definitely AI generated. Another commenter claimed that AI was setting unrealistic beauty standards for women. You know, you're going to have that as well. Oh, great, they wrote, more ways to create unrealistic body types and make women feel pressure to conform. Well, it's too bad that AI image generators do not, in fact, create art and will never be a replacement for a real person. One person agreed. In the same Twitter thread, Miles shared another set of his AI-generated photos, this time all males. He revealed that you have to be very specific when trying to build male AI-generated figures. And you can see here in this image, there's two males in this image. One guy in the middle wearing a green shirt. He is holding a cup. It looks correct. This is actually not, it looks really correct, right? But if you look at his right hand holding the cup, you get those extra fingers. Not only that, but if you look at the bottom right of the image, there's a hand there, but there's no arm. But you can see his arm goes off to the right side of the image, but it's being covered by what looks like another hand in the foreground. But it's still so wild that AI actually generated these images. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this right after this reading of the article and going through it and just showing you all. Here's another one. This one doesn't look bad at all. This one looks pretty decent. Wrist is a little thin, right? But you have the hand here. Now his hand, it looks like he's holding the cup, but it's kind of in an unrealistic way. Looks like he's gonna drop it. Now the other guy, I'm not sure what is he supposed to be holding the cup? Who knows? But again, what's so amazing about this is the bottles to the side, to the bottom left. Looks like they're sitting on like a table. And you could tell these are probably like alcoholic drinks. Like you can just tell it. It doesn't have to give out an obvious way that they're alcoholic drinks. Like you just know. And let's see. These images, which showed a group of men using plastic cups to cheers each other, featured the same problem with the number of fingers. In one picture, one young man's hand who was holding a red cup, had his hand completely detached from his body, which I just showed you all. While sharing the pictures of what looked to be a group of guys at a house party. Miles noted that he found the AI generator to be biased, as his command for people seemed to default to white people, specifically. That's another thing, right? I've heard that maybe adding more diversity to the AI study structure, I guess, could help in this. I don't see that as a huge problem to accomplish. I think they can do that. But these images are just we're scrolling back up and just looking at them. My first thought with these images and the way the flaws are, it kind of reminds me of when, because I'm originally a designer and artist, right? It kind of reminds me of when you try to draw something or design something, but you don't quite remember how it looks in the real world. So you go based off of past memories per se and trying to get it right. But when you design it, finish drawing it, whatever you're doing, and look at the real version of it, it's off. There's certain things about it that you missed. Maybe you added extra whatever. Maybe you've missed adding some detail to it. But it still looks like what you were meant for it to look like. I think AI is kind of doing this because of it not knowing what this stuff is going based off of studies after study after study after study of what a human looks like. But it's taking it from its artificial intelligence and trying to create and form something that looks close to human, but because, I don't know, I guess you could call it memory, right? It's add a little extra teeth to people, or maybe extra fingers. The cell phone, right? This cell phone looks sort of like a Polaroid camera, but not quite. You kind of don't know what it's trying to convey. But at the end of the day, if you were to look at these really fast, scroll them, you wouldn't notice them. You wouldn't notice the flaw. Second thought is the advertisement industry. When they fix these flaws, when it comes to creating these AI images, add diversity to the images, companies are going to invest in technology like this so that they can create free advertisements. Example, let's say company A is selling a watch, and they want to display that watch as advertisements, and they need people to display that watch for them. Designers in the company could say, okay, let's go to artificial intelligence. Let's describe what we want our advertisements to have in it, and then let the AI do its work. Click, 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 click. Okay, we would like to have a party on a yacht, displaying our smartwatch or our watch, whatever it is. Describe the color of the watch, yada yada yada. Sort of mix in the design or description. Send it off to the AI. AI calculates everything, comes back with like 50, 100 different images of this watch. But let's say we don't want to do that, all right? There's another way we can do this. What if we could just take an image of the watch, put that in the AI, and then the AI comes up with the people themselves wearing it's just like how we did our cartoon selves, right? They got very similar to us. The same you can do with whatever product you're trying to sell. And then you don't need real people. to showcase your product. So this is where we're at. We have houses being printed in 3D. We have AI images, AI art, financial automation with cryptocurrencies. This entire decade is going to fundamentally change how we live in 2030. This is a very, very important decade. ChatGPT, that's just crazy. Microsoft sees the technology very useful. Everyone is. Search engines, they're pretty much being threatened at this point because AI can achieve that and more. Entrepreneurship. Fiverr has been flooded with individuals using ChatGPT and AI like platforms to go in and make thousands and thousands of dollars for themselves through picking up jobs and automating them through artificial intelligence, giving it back to the client. Client is happy. Boom, bam. This stuff is very interesting to me, and I feel like this is like just the beginning. Like, we're going to see a lot more of this. The flaws that we see in these images right now, you know, they're going to be fixed, and it's going to be like this, like these flaws and all this. Like look at that. What are they holding? But all of this stuff is going to be fixed, and we're going to be like, man, this looks like this could be a great advertisement for, I don't know, some beer commercial or something, right? Who knows? It could be. So it's just so crazy. So that's all for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Please like, subscribe, share if you're on the YouTube. Please follow the podcast. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, pretty much everywhere, the top podcasting platforms. Please take a listen, follow, and yeah, hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.